Bathroom Breaks and Bedtime Tales presents The Day Jack Kennedy Killed Me by Sevastian Winters.
Sure, I remember that day. I'll never forget it. It ain't every day you get to see the President of the United States die in the scope of your rifle.
Now, to be fair, I didn't shoot that fucker. I don't think it was no Lee Harvey Oswald neither. I think it was that Haldeman fella. But it don't matter. That man was destined to die that day. That much I can promise you. If that so-called magic bullet hadn't got him, mine would have done the trick.
I don't miss. And I had my own reasons for wanting the man dead.
It all started a few years before that, when he was still a senator from Massachusetts, and I was getting paid good money to be a lady of the night. Jack liked his ladies, and Jack liked his heroin. It was late in 1958 when I first met him. I was 19, working high-class hotels in Dallas, taking cash from men with soft hands and whiskey breath. He was gearing up for a presidential run, but nobody gave two shits about him in Texas. We was all for LBJ. But he came here anyhow. I guess he had to. I'd met plenty of politicians. I knew how they worked. Some wanted to talk, pretend they was better than they were. Some wanted you to laugh at their jokes. Some wanted you real quiet, like a doll. But Jack was different. Jack was careful. I didn't see him in some hotel suite. No, he had a man meet me at a side entrance, had me blindfolded in the car, and when they took it off, I was standing in the dark. A single room. No furniture except for a rocking chair in the center and a tiny table beside it. The only light came from a directional lamp, like a goddamn interrogation room.
At first, I could just make out the back of his head in that rocking chair. Then the light hit me, hard, square in the face. Close the door.
His voice was sharp, no hesitation. I closed it. Come closer.
I stepped forward. The light followed me. No, not there. Here, in front of me.
I didn't like it, the way the light kept me in the open while he sat there in shadow. Say, what's this about? How would you like to make $500? Now, even today, some 25 years later, $500 is a lot of money. But back then, hell, that was damn near unheard of. I had saved about $10,000 over 2 years, but nobody I knew, not even the high-class girls, ever made $500 in one night. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. My mind ran circles. I had questions, so many questions, but none of them had words. He broke the silence. I need to know I can trust you. Can I? I was so dumbfounded by both the proposal and the question that I just stood there. He must have thought I was taking too long to answer. Get out, he ordered. Yes, you can trust me. I barely got the words out. I'm sorry. It's just, well, I gestured around. This is all very weird. He let the silence drag, testing me. Finally, he said, "Take off your clothes." I blinked. What? If I'm gonna pay a girl $500, I expect her to do what I tell her. He shifted slightly in the chair. Now, take off your clothes. I started to pull off my top. No, not like that. He fumbled through his pocket. I couldn't see what he pulled out at first, but I had a guess. Have you ever used heroin? My stomach turned cold. I shook my head. I knew girls who did drugs. Girls who started high and ended dead. I wasn't one of them. I was career-minded. There
weren't a lot of career options for girls like me in 1958, but I had a plan. I'd saved my money, and I aimed to be richer than I could ever spend, like Jack.
Speak up, he snapped. I don't respond to heads wagging. No, I've never used any drugs before. I don't even drink. He hummed like he was thinking. Well, if you want that 500, you're going tonight. I swallowed. He cut me off. You don't know me, but I am a powerful man. I won't have you ruining me with unfounded accusations. I would never. I know, he said. I'm making sure of it. He pushed his hand into the light. Two things caught my eye: his wedding ring, the syringe. He placed the needle on the tiny table beside him. Give me your arm. I was 19. He was older, more powerful, more everything. I obeyed. His hand was heavy, hot against my skin. Close your eyes, he said, and don't open them until I say it's okay. I should have walked away, but I didn't. The needle pressed cold against my flesh, and then euphoria. Heroin ain't just a high. It ain't just a drug. It's everything you never knew you needed, all at once. Every worry, every pain, every past, present, and future melts. It's like God himself reaches inside you and rips out everything that ever hurt you. It was the most amazing thing I had ever felt, better than 1,000 orgasms jammed into one. And Jack was a hell of a lover. I saw him 3 more times that week. Or rather, I spent time with him 3 more times. I never really did ever see his face in the light.
At least not until that day in Dealey Plaza, through my scope from the bushes on the grassy knoll. It's a wonder I could even see straight that day. I was so hopped up on heroin I could barely breathe. But I know in my heart, if someone else hadn't fired first, I would have made that shot.
Through the scope, the world was cold and sharp. The crosshairs floated over his head, swaying ever so slightly with my breath. The Texas sun burned through the sweat on my brow, stinging my eyes. The acrid taste of old dope clung to the back of my throat. My hands trembled, not from nerves, but from withdrawal, just enough to make the trigger feel slick under my finger. The roar of the shot cracked the sky open, deafening. A pink mist erupted from his skull, his head snapping back violently, just as my own heartbeat slammed into my ribs. The weight of it, the sheer finality of it. It should have been me that Jack Ruby shot. When I met Jack Kennedy in 1958, I was a woman with a future, despite my profession, despite everything. But the moment he stuck that needle in my arm and gave me that first sweet taste of the law of diminishing returns, I became instead a woman with a past. By the time I went to Dealey Plaza that November morning, I'd already been dead 5 years. I just hadn't laid down anywhere yet. Now I got the grid, or AIDS, or whatever they callin' it now. They say I got it from sharing needles with some gay fella up on Darcy Circle. Maybe, but I know the real moment I got it, November 1958. A dark room, a rocking chair, a voice I only saw in the light once. You can hero worship all you want. You ain't gonna get no support from me. Yeah, I was there when Jack Kennedy got his brains blowed out. Regrets? Yeah, just one. I wish I'd pulled the trigger before the other fella did.